the Knicks are looking to make upgrades to their bench. Specifically, New York is looking for another ball handler for the Knicks backcourt. And according to the latest reports, the Knicks could be bringing in point guard himself, Chris Paul, to fill in that role. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on as well too. If you want to support the channel, the easiest way to do that is to hit that subscribe button. And now, let's get started. The Knicks are interested in Chris Paul. The Knicks want to make roster additions, and they have made it perfectly clear they want to upgrade their backcourt. According to reports, even during the season, the Knicks had legitimate concerns about their backcourt and backup point guard position. Shout out to Ian Begley of SNY for giving us this following information on the Knicks' plans during free agency. According to him, the Knicks, to me, are looking for a backup point guard. I know there was some canvassing during the year of the backup point guard market. I would assume that they go back there during the offseason. Well, it's pretty clear where New York's mindset is right now. They're looking at free agency and they're looking at backup point guards. But how do the Knicks fix this exactly? They could elevate a rookie like Tyler Kolek to be that backup point guard. Or they could do something else. They could make a trade, or they could look in free agency to find that backup point guard. And at least according to the reports, New York right now is interested in bringing in a veteran point guard. Some people call him the point god. New York is reportedly interested in bringing in Chris Paul to fill up that backup point guard position. Shout out to basketball GM and Steph Bondy with the New York Post for giving us this following information here. According to them, it has been discussed at length that the Knicks need more guard depth on their roster, both by me and by others. According to Steph Bondy of the New York Post, that depth could come in the form of veteran point guard and future Hall of Famer Chris Paul. Clearly, the reports are indicating that the Knicks are going with experience. Let's be clear here. Chris Paul is a crafty veteran. He is no spring chicken either, though. He turned 40 in May and has logged over 45,000 minutes over the course of his career. That said, last year proved that Paul can still provide value even at his age. Paul averaged 8.8 points, 3.6 rebounds, and the craziest stat of them all, 7.4 assists with the San Antonio Spurs. Basketball GM continues here by stating his 7.4 assists were tied for 8th most in the league. Perhaps the most impressive accomplishment was that Paul appeared in all 82 of the Spurs games, something only 10 other players across the league accomplished on their own. Chris Paul, at 40 years old, played every single game. Maybe his minutes were limited. Maybe he didn't play the exact role he used to play in past years. But the fact that he could still play make at that level, still help the Spurs win, still have an impact, it shows you why New York would be interested in Chris Paul in the first place, because you want a veteran coming off the bench that can handle a roster, control the flow, and get others involved. What can CP3 do right now? Exactly that. Chris Paul is one of the best passers in the history of the league. He has logged 6 or more assists in every season of his illustrious 20-year career. The other attractive elements of Paul's game are his ball security and veteran leadership. Veteran leadership. I remember we brought in PJ Tucker for that veteran leadership. I would rather waive PJ Tucker and bring in the point god himself, Chris Paul, to join this team. Can you imagine what Chris Paul and Jalen Brunson in the backcourt could look like, even at 40 years old? His playmaking ability is top in the league. He didn't miss any games last year either. The only reason most Knicks fans might not want to go after Chris Paul is because if Paul comes to this team, it will take away an opportunity from one of the rookies, specifically Tyler Kolek. If you believe in Tyler Kolek and you think he can run point behind Jalen Brunson, then you don't add Chris Paul. You just elevate Tyler Kolek. But if you still feel you need that veteran presence, then you bring in a Chris Paul. But are the Knicks looking for other free agents, not just Chris Paul? The answer to that question is absolutely yes. New York is canvassing the league right now, looking for different point guard options. Shout out to Steph Bondy with the New York Post for giving us this following information as well, too. According to him, the Knicks have plenty of options to consider for who will fill that backup point guard role. There have been rumors that Titus Jones, another elite passer who the Knicks previously had interest in, could be an option. Then there are elite shooters like Luke Kennard, whose name has come up recently for New York. Now, I know what you're thinking. Troy, how can New York go out there and sign some of these free agents? Aren't we limited with cap space? We absolutely are. We can't go out there and sign everyone. That's why I believe that with this roster, the Knicks are going to elevate a number of rookies. However, they still need a veteran in the locker room. They still need a veteran presence, and they do need a legit backup point guard. If they do not believe in Tyler Kolek, I would have no problem at all if they signed Chris Paul. I understand 40 years old, probably have to sign him to a very good contract. I don't know if he would take a little bit less. Last season, he made $10 million on a one-year deal, and he's 40. Would he come to the Knicks, take less, if it means he could win a championship? Maybe. We don't know the answer to that question yet, but I do know one thing. During this offseason, during free agency, New York will be exploring all different point guard options. They need a legit backup, and Chris Paul will definitely be on the list. And let me tell you something. If Paul wants to join this team for significantly less money that he can get on another team because he knows New York is this close to winning a championship, that's how you know Leon Rose just turned this Knicks franchise into an attractive destination. If you can have other players, Hall of Famers, choose New York apart from any other place they can play basketball, that tells you they're choosing New York because they want to win. It's attractive, and New York has built this team into something that everybody wants to join. Even Hall of Famers, role players, and potentially superstars. That superstar trade, we might have to wait a little bit longer for that. But free agency additions, other notable additions that we make to this roster, depth pieces, other roster changes, those moves are going to be announced very, very soon. We are close to the offseason, which means that Leon Rose and this Knicks front office are very close to executing their next move. And I know how they're going to work it. First, their head coach. Then, roster depth and fixing the bench. And then after that, if available, they're looking for that trade. They're looking for whatever trade's available that won't gut this team, but will help this team, especially as we move forward to next season. Under a new coach, I do believe that the starters will be utilized a lot better, especially with the bench. But what happens when you play some starters and some bench players? Is that a new rotation that the new coach will explore? That needs to happen, especially if you're bringing in veteran point guards. Because Chris Paul, you can't bring him in if you don't have a plan in place for him. He can't ride the bench forever. He can't play just 10 minutes. He has to be able to play 15, 20, 25 minutes. You have to be able to utilize him while he's in the game. Because Chris Paul, when he's out there, he can take over a game. He can help New York win games, but you have to make time for him. You have to play him, and you have to utilize him. Under our new head coach, I believe that's going to happen. And having a player like Chris Paul, I would love to see him on the bench. But again, if New York wants to elevate the rookies, you don't go after Chris Paul. But if you want to go after veteran point guards, there's probably no one better than the point guard himself, Chris Paul. But what about you guys? What do you think about these latest reports indicating that New York is interested in adding Chris Paul during free agency? Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.